Well, there can be a lot of benefits to buying a home in an older neighborhood. Things such as larger lot sizes, established services, beautiful green spaces with mature trees, and typically easier access to all the services in the city. Well, today we're going to be talking about my top 5 older neighborhoods in Airdrie to give you an idea of which one might be a good fit for you. But before we get into it, my name is Brad Walker, your local Airdrie Realtor, and if you could do me a huge favor and just go down and hit that like button and also comment down below what you prefer, older neighborhoods or newer neighborhoods. I'm really interested to see the ratio of people who prefer the older or the newer. So just comment older or newer down below and we'll see which is more popular. All right, so starting off, we're going to look at the neighborhood of Jensen, which is a well-established community surrounded by amenities which you might expect from an older neighborhood like this. And as you can see here on the map, it's located in the northeast part of central Airdrie, tucked in the corner south of Veterans Boulevard and east of Main Street and west of Highway 2. Now the nice thing about Jensen is it's removed just enough from Airdrie's downtown core that you can really enjoy how peaceful it is of an area, but you can still have incredibly easy access to Main Street and also the shopping area just north of Veterans as well, and you're very close to Highway 2 as well. Now Jensen is known for some of its big lots and tree-lined streets, which makes it a great place to live for people who want a quiet and private neighborhood. It's also in the middle of the tri-school area, close to those wonderful parks, and also right in the neighborhood of the Palisman Arena. So if being nearby to shopping and restaurants is important to you, then this could be a great location. You've also got lots of professional services, smaller businesses, and green spaces that are all within walking distances too. Everything is pretty close at hand, making Jensen a really convenient place to call home. Now the housing market here shows a lot of unique property styles and types, which should appeal to a pretty wide variety of buyers. And the homes were built between 1970 or so up to about 1998. And there are also a lot of renovated homes here now as the neighborhood gets older, which has made Jensen one of the best looking older communities in terms of its curb appeal. So overall, if you want a short drive to the necessities, you want to have schools at your doorstep, and you appreciate the older charm, there's not really much better than Jensen. Now next up is Woodside, which is a community based around the city's only golf course. And you're going to find Woodside just west of 8th Street, right below Veterans Boulevard, so away from all the commercial centers, which makes it a quieter and less congested area, of course, except for right around the entrance to the golf course. But no need to worry though, being quieter and less congested, as you're still a very short drive to everything that Airdrie has to offer. And there's also a bunch of businesses that line 8th Street as well, from grocery to gas stations to restaurants. If you want a quick late night snack, you're not going to be far away in Woodside, and you can always head north or south to the bigger shopping areas as well. Now besides golfing, you'll be able to appreciate all the green spaces around Woodside here. Monkland Fields, which is a popular soccer park, is also within walking distance, and in addition to elementary schools and middle school right in that area as well. So in Woodside here, there is a pretty big emphasis on senior living, with a senior center that has activities as well as a number of age-restricted properties. There's 2 adult-only townhouse complexes and another that's strictly 50 plus. There's also a 50 plus condo building and a number of 50 plus detached homes as well. And the neighborhood here was built from 1987 up to 2004, so the homes here will have that older style unless they've been renovated inside. It's not quite as old as Jensen though, so you're not getting as many of those renovated homes here in Woodside quite yet. Now for those condos, they'll be in the $200,000 to $250,000 range. Townhouses could be anywhere from $300,000 to $450,000. And the detached homes, they're going to start in the high 400s for the more starter homes and go all the way up to around the $700,000 mark for those bigger homes backing onto the golf course. All right, and that about does it for Woodside. So now on to our third older neighborhood. We're going to go back closer to downtown in Airdrie, to the community of Airdrie Meadows, which you're going to find right in the heart of downtown, sandwiched between Main Street and Highway 2. Here you're going to find a bunch of first-time home buyers, and also a lot of residents who've been there for decades. Airdrie Meadows is an affordable and ideal area for young families, as they've got easy access to schools, parks nearby, and shopping nearby. But it's also a great area for those who originally built there, put their roots down there, and they end up just staying there until they retire and move on. Now being right central in Airdrie makes for a nice easy walk to a lot of amenities on Main Street, including Tower Lane Mall, and you're also close to other conveniences such as the urgent care and the library, and once it's completed, you're just going to be a few blocks away from that brand new library as well. And you're also just a short distance away from Nose Creek Park, which is the host of a lot of events in the city throughout the year, from car shows to movies or music in the park, and everyone's favorite, the Festival of Lights during December. Now, Nose Creek Park makes it easy to get outside and get active because they've got pickleball courts, open fields, picnic tables, playgrounds, and of course, a ton of walking paths around the creek. Now, being right in the middle of the city means that the homes here are a bit older, which is what this video is about. These ones were all built in the 70s and 80s, with the exception of one townhouse complex that was built in the late 90s. Now, the townhomes here will be anywhere from the 200s to just over the $300,000 mark. Any duplexes you're going to find are going to be between 300 and 350, though there's not a ton of them here. And then those detached homes are going to range anywhere from $400,000 up to around $550,000 or so. All right, next up on our list is Meadowbrook and Thorburn. Now, we coupled these together because they're so similar and they're right beside each other. You're going to find these ones on the east side of the city, north of Yankee Valley Boulevard and east of East Lake Boulevard. Now, the super cool thing about these two neighborhoods is there are only single family homes here, which is really uncommon, especially in newer areas. And these character homes here, coupled with the wide roads that you're going to find in Meadowbrook and Thorburn, really creates a pretty relaxed feel within the area. Now, as a homeowner, the added benefit that you see when there's only detached homes in an area is there's typically a higher percentage of owner-occupied homes, which means that they're going to be typically better maintained and the overall curb appeal of the neighborhood will be nicer, which is exactly what we see here in Meadowbrook and Thorburn. Now, as for amenities, that north end of Thorburn directly borders East Lake Regional Park, which features a ton of walking paths around the lake, 4 tennis courts, which also are used as pickleball courts, 2 soccer fields, an outdoor hockey rink, outdoor gym equipment, covered picnic tables, and a bookable fire pit area too. And the fun doesn't stop there, as right beside that park is Genesis Place Rec Center, which right now is Airdrie's only rec center, and it's over 450,000 square feet and includes pools, hockey rinks, gymnasium, play areas, a full gym with a running track, and a gymnastics center. Now, inside the neighborhood's borders, there's only one small strip mall for commercial space, which has a few stores and a gas station. Now, this typically is a positive for people living there, as it means there's less traffic, less people driving from here to there throughout the neighborhood. Usually it's only local traffic inside the neighborhood, but when you do need to go get your groceries, fill up your car, do your shopping, you're just a short drive or walk away from the shopping areas of Yankee Valley Crossing and Kingsview Market, both which feature a range of grocery stores, restaurants, businesses, and services. And if you have kids, good news is that all the schools for any age are very walkable from either of these neighborhoods as well. Now, homes here range anywhere from the late 70s all the way up to the early 2000s, and as I mentioned before, it's all detached homes, and they're currently ranging anywhere from the 400s up to the $700,000 mark, with the exception of a few bigger and fancier homes that have sold in the 800s or 900s or even above $1 million. Alright, and lastly, we're going to be talking about Waterstone, which is a very small, less known neighborhood in Airdrie, but it really is one of our hidden gems in the city. Now, you're going to find it east of Main Street, west of Highway 2, and just north of Yankee Valley Boulevard. As you can see on the map here, it's just tucked right into this small corner between these 3 streets. Now, you're close to everything you could need or want, but yet it still feels like you're in a small town just kind of tucked away in this neighborhood, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. One of the distinct features of the neighborhood is the water fountains coming from the Nose Creek and the abundance of pathways around the water. Plus, you can easily walk to the city's biggest shopping area, Sierra Springs Shopping Center, where you're going to find all the stores that you're going to need, restaurants, shopping. You've got the big name stores like Walmart, Home Depot, and then restaurants like your Tim Hortons, things like that. Tons of places inside that shopping area. And being really close to Yankee Valley Boulevard, you're also very quick access to the highway if you need to go north or south down into Calgary. Now, here in Waterstone, you're going to find some good size homes with big yards, as well as some smaller starter size homes, and they're going to range anywhere from the 400s to the 700s in this area. Now, the tricky part about finding a home here, though, is that since it's such a small neighborhood, there's only a handful of sales that happen each year. For example, last year in 2023, we actually only saw 4 homes sold inside of Waterstone all year. All right, well, that does it for my top 5 older neighborhoods here in Airdrie. Now, there's a lot of others that also could have been on this list as well. So if you have any questions which neighborhood may be the best fit for you, don't hesitate to reach out. All my information is down below. And if you are planning to make a move to or within Airdrie, Alberta, as a local realtor, I'd be more than happy to help you find the perfect home for you or sell your current home here in Airdrie. So reach out anytime and we can have a chat about it then. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.